some question.
Your Holiness, how do you perceive yourself as a monk in this material world?
Karsa.
How do you perceive yourself as a monk in this material world?
So monk means celibate, no family. So when I saw some of my friend, you see, the one occasion when I met one wife, and after a few years another wife, and the children of previous wives now say feel uncomfortable. So when I saw such things, then I feel, oh, as a monk celibate, I think very good. Oh, much less trouble. Okay.
Your Holiness, good morning, and Your Honor, morning.
Kodo.
It's really a privilege for all of us. It's a blessed day that we have two great leaders in front of us, and we have both your wisdom to share. Your Holiness, I beg your forgiveness. I don't agree with one thing you said. You said that you are a guest. Your Holiness, you are not a guest. You are in our hearts, and India would not be India without you and the rest of the Tibetans who are here with us. They are our brothers and sisters. Your Holiness, I have one question. I wanted to understand that the next Buddha, according to the text, will be Maitreya. That is the Buddha of compassion, love and friendship. Now in this world today, Your Holiness, we see so many problems around us. As you mentioned, World War III. Everywhere we look, we hear of doomsday. But Buddhism gives us hope in the form of the next Buddha. So could you please enlighten us about this topic?
I am Buddhist, but some Buddhist text I do not accept as literally. Like Mount Meru, I don't believe. The great scholar of Nalendra, younger brother of Arya Asanga, Abhidhamma is writing. So he described very detailed about Mount Meru and size of sun and moon. Or just this morning, when I approaching here, the cloud day in the cloud day, some sort of clear picture about sun. I really thought, oh, the Bosuband, when he look sun, little cloudy, and seems not much differences, big differences of size, moon and sun. So he described in Abhidhamma, well, not much big differences of size, and it's the same level. These are disgrace. I don't believe. If another Buddhist logical approach, yana nang do ronga le manana and me ta chora. Nang ru mami betinsi.
There is a type of logic which is where we say that if something were to be perceptible and if it's not perceived by us, then we cannot say it exists.
Yeah, this one. So, Mount Meru, from here, from India to Europe, Europe to America, America to Hawaii, Hawaii to Japan, Japan to India. I think millions of people flying. No one saw Mount Meru. And supposed to see night, the sun, the other side of Mount Meru. So one sort of the side of the world dark. So these are nonsense. So now Maitreya Buddha. I think after several centuries, according to our text, then I think before Maitreya Buddha come, world may disappear.
Oh.
According to ecology, the global warming. Now, next century, global warming become too sort of serious and may become, or say, world become a desert. So then, we human being cannot sort of survive. Then Maitreya Buddha come, no use. So this moment, Buddha's teaching still there. And many Narada Masters' commentary is excellent. So instead of some hoping next Buddha, I think today's Buddha's teaching here, we should pay more attention for the realistic way, study, practice. Otherwise, you see, this something you say, like food. You see something ready to eat, you wait tomorrow, useless. Similarly, we already met Buddha's teaching, and there's a possibility to study and think. And nowadays, combined with modern science, so that's much better. This very moment, you are ready to eat or practice, neglect and hoping something next. I think wishful thinking, not good.
Any other question?
Your Holiness, can you suggest a simple way of being happy in life?
Karsa.
Happy.
Simple way of being happy in life.
I think look, children, young children, I think very happy. Because they simply, you see, very much fresh about basic human value or human nature, compassion. Once we join education, in modern education, not much sort of pay attention about inner value. The India's modern education introduced by Britisher. They have their religion just to pray, God, God, God. You see, no knowledge about how to transform our mind through training, through shamatha, through vipassana. So, today's education system, I think, not adequate to bring happy individual, happy family, happy community. So now, education field, I think should add some ancient Indian sort of knowledge, how to bring peace of mind, how to tackle our emotion in a secular way. That I think very important. So one of my now commitment is try to revival of ancient Indian knowledge, not through ritual, not through prayer, but through education. These days I sort of expressing from kindergarten level, we have the sort of some also the some sort of knowledge, hygiene of physical. Now we should include hygiene of emotion from kindergarten level up to university level. India can do, no other country. So this 1,000-year-old your tradition is your tradition. Only question of revival, not learning from something from Kasoda, outside, part of your own sort of tradition. So only question is revival. Okay. So ultimate sort of source of happiness is compassion. More anger, as I already mentioned, brings anxiety, frustration, and then no longer peace of mind. So compassion, the whole world, through practice compassion, several decades, then the whole universe appears something very positive, no basis of frustration or fear. Okay. Next question.
Your Holiness, please enlighten us about the concept of karma to usher in a just social order.
As Buddha stated very clear, if you harm other, you get negative consequences. If you help other, you get positive consequences. Very simple. So action. Therefore, ahimsa come. If you harm other, you get suffering. If you help other, out of compassion, you get benefit. That is simple. And then, I think, in the society, bring more equal, particularly the poor people. Now this gap, rich and poor, very sad. At global level, at national level, within India also, you see, there is quite a serious gap, rich and poor. So in this field, your profession, rule of law, I think you also very important part to bring more equal. Under the rule, under the law, everybody, same. So, India's freedom plus rule of law, I think, very important, very good. Okay. Next.
Your Holiness, it is an enlightening discourse on oneness, and it just made me think a little, and it would help better to understand if you could have your personal view on how you manage to practice oneness and how you effect that in your life, in your situation, and where you stand with China.
According to Buddhism, particularly Nalanda tradition, we usually describe entire sentient being, mother sentient being. Say, a life beginningless. You see, always go that way. So, some contact and different sort of different life. So therefore, we describe entire sentient being is our mother sentient being. That's our main practice. Then daily, you see, think about the value of bodhicitta, altruism. There's immense help. You see, and then, like the Shantadeva mentioned, think more others' well-being and more concern about others' suffering. You get maximum happiness. the more you think your own sort of selfish sort of thing, is more suffering. Clearly mention these things. Dr. Shenji Dunga da yanda jawa masha na sanje yidu mirush kowa na ya dewa me sati.
So Master Shantidev in his Bodhisattva Charya Avatar says, unless you switch your own joy and happiness with suffering of others, leave alone reaching Buddhahood, even in the cycle of existence, you will not have happiness.
So today's many problems, including gap rich and poor, lack of sense of concern of others' well-being, just think oneself, selfish. So the practical level also, more altruism there, at least in the someone or more altruistic attitude, that the whole member of community consider that person wonderful. So at the time of, you see, death, you see, all the community feel very sad. Now that wonderful person, now no longer. If a person is always think a selfish way and even use kasoda, kasashi, milishindal, selfish way everywhere, every time, then at the time of death, I think the community feel happy. Now that troublemaker, now no longer. So even that, I think you prefer at the time of death. There's more people concerned, or you are dead. You prefer that, or more people happy now that the troublemaker no longer. Anyway, and also now, with warm-heartedness, wherever you go, with smile, you see response from other side also response. So immediately you feel no longer lonely. I always used to practice that, and whenever I meet people, I don't care. You see, they are rank or they are sort of profession. So long human face there, I smile and talk like that. No differences, rank or profession or rich or poor. When I passing through in big hotel, I always shake hand, dikasa, chamatasa, sweepers. I really, you see, believe we are same. And on practical level, you see, whenever I saw some poor person, I always shake hand like that. So that gives me, I have everywhere, I have friend, then no longer lonely feeling. If I too much emphasis my position, I am Dalai Lama. So then whole world, one Dalai Lama. If I too much emphasis that, I feel much more lonely. Then yes, the other person say, celebrate one single person. So really feeling of lonely. Next question.
Yes. Just give the mic. Yes.
His Holiness, my daughter is doing research on the topic workplace spirituality. She had met His Holiness in Bulgaria recently. She has many questions to ask. But one question is, what lesson do you think can be taken from monastery teaching system to improve the modern education system so that what future generations receive is not merely bounded and rigid textual information, but the ability to reflect, unlearn, and relearn new things.
In Tibet, as I mentioned earlier, you see, in those big monastic institutions, you see, they very much emphasize study. Now, nearly, I think soon after we come India, I suggested those monastic institutions now should include study about science. So now some big monastic institution, they have their own because of the laboratories, science laboratory, and then also the final examination. Because the free choice, however, in final examination should include the scientific knowledge. So, and then Tibetan school in India, with immense help from Pandit Nehru, we established separate Tibetan school in this country. So, at the early 60s, you see people, because of the one allocation, because of the religious teacher. Then after some time, I changed that. Chögi said mevse, and Taruki such.
So today, instead of calling these teachers religious instructors, we have changed the name to philosophy lecturers or teachers.
So, a secular way. So now, the monastic institution also used to study science and more connection with, because of some university. For example, recently I was in Goa, some sort of program in Goa University, and bring some Tibetan scholars and some Goa as a modern sort of scholar go to Tibetan monastic institution, some exchange like that. So we are now doing more sort of exchange these things. So last few centuries is Tibetan monastery only those Buddhist texts. And from early period, I told, now here in this country, many scholars of non-Buddhist tradition. So now we can discuss. So this we should take this opportunity. In Tibet, non-Buddhist school of thought, only books. So like that, so as an academic education, so only sort of, only also our tradition way is not adequate. Like that. And then, what do you want?
Your Holiness, right from childhood, we hear that meditation brings peace of mind. But very few of us or none of us know how to meditate. Can you tell us a simple way how to practice meditation we would like to
Okay.
learn from you.
I think firstly, you should know the Western psychology when they mentioned about mind, only sensorial level consciousness. So now when we talk meditation, the sixth mind, chit, when you so firstly, you say, Kasoda, you remain without follow sensorial consciousness. Then you remain more and more time. Then you may feel some kind of empty. Because usually our senses of organs very active. Now withdraw that, stop that, and then mind itself. At the beginning, some kind of empty. Then further goes, then gradually you feel some kind of clear, something like mirror, shigusochi. Clear, pure. Now that should take as an object of meditate. Then you get more sort of experience. Remain on that pureness of mind. Then think about altruism. Much more powerful. Usually our sensorial consciousness very, very active, almost dominant our main mind. So best period is early morning. Early morning, then you deliberately withdraw following sensorial experiences. Then try to remain the main mind. That gradually increase the power of main mind. Then there are two types. Single-pointed meditation, that's shamatha. Then the power of mental energy increasing. Then that use vipassana, analytical meditation. Then analyze, like altruism and the negativeness about anger and negativeness about self-centered attitude, analyze, analytical meditation. That really affect our mind. So real sort of meditation, firstly, try to increase mental power, channelize all energy, single-pointed sort of kasota energy, then concentrate, then think about vipassana, analytical meditation. The real effect come from analytical meditation. Vipassana is truly best weapon to affect our mind. That's not only test my own experience. Now, at least the last 50 years, I seriously thinking this line. So some experience. So I'm telling you, according to my own experience. So very useful. that brings sharpening your mind also automatically. So one sort of funny story. And last year, in East India, once I visited there, some politicians also at that time is visiting there. So then we met, and then we become very close friend. Then one day when we met, he inquired about my sleep as a rest. Then I told him, I always 9 hours sleep, then about 4 hours meditation, sharpening my mind so that I can cheat other people more easily. Then his answer immediately, he only 6 hours sleep, so he cannot cheat other people. So, analytical meditation is really the real method to transform our negative emotion and increase positive emotion. Result, you become more physically more healthier and mentally more peace, more calm. As I already mentioned, as a result of practice of altruism, then there is nothing negative. Everything appears something positive. That I have that experience. So very helpful. Peace of mind. Okay. Any question?
One. Yes.
Holiness, my question is that how this karma of this life will affect their rebirth or later on. Now the present karma will affect our, if there is a rebirth or there is a possibility of rebirth, or it will affect our karma, this karma to the next life.
I think one story, one sort of record. The first Dalai Lama, some scholars become his student, a very close relation. So these people again reborn human being and become very close friend, second Dalai Lama. Then third Dalai Lama. Go like that, the fourth or fifth Dalai Lama. So once, you see, we develop some kind of karmic link, then that effect carries life after life. Since the Indian tradition, whether you call Atma or independent self or soul, it's no beginning of life, no end. Always go that way. Since, according to that tradition, no creator, but rather self-creation. But our life go like that. So I often, you see, telling Tibetan or some sort of my friend, so since this lifetime, we develop some special sort of karmic link. So this effect remain life after life. Like that. Damare, kuchodiru. So, you see, karmic effect or result of certain action, karma means action, So certain action, result of certain action, is some within a short time may cause the fruit, or sometimes after life. So there are variety, and this karmic, the karmic force, in order to materialize, there's other sort of factors also involved, not just karma itself, but certain conditions. So these are the Indian tradition. So ancient Indian, your mind very sophisticated. Therefore, you see, you carry as a you kasoda, you develop very complicated philosophy. But these are true. My own experience, some people from childhood, they already express their knowing me. When I was very young, I also, you see, have some ability to recognize some people. This lifetime never met, but I recognize them. And to my own, and then also, you see, I met some young child. As soon as we met, they recognized me. So these are some sort of effect from previous life. So the ancient also Indian tradition, you see, no creator but self-creation, and go like that. It's very wise, very realistic. Of course, I respect all religion. My friend, one Indian friend, he very religious-minded. Now he once, you see, he asked me very seriously, God, infinite love. So world created by God. And then among his creation, there are many mischievous people there. Why God creates that? Then my answer, I told him,
Yes.
Since God created heaven and hell, so there must be someone who ready go to hell. Otherwise, no use to creation of hell. Then that person, not that much sort of logical thinking. So he says that yes, okay. But why, that kind of thinking. Then he further questioned, why God creates hell? So you see, a lot of contradiction. So except you see, the creator, very nice. Many people, you see, get immense benefit. The God as our Father, Jesus Christ our Father, infinite love. So from that viewpoint, we all 7 billion human beings are brothers, sisters from one Father. Wonderful, very powerful. So the entire human being on this planet come from one Father, Jesus Christ, or God, or Muslim, Allah. So that single creator, and we all creation of that single sort of creator, very powerful sort of theory or view. Meantime, also create a lot of contradictions. So Nalanda tradition, I think, much wiser. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Indeed.